We were talking a little bit of running. Andy runs.
Well, like right now I'm not running, but I would call myself a runner.
There you go. Ann Eisenman is going to be coming in Friday morning to talk about the Bury Scurry, and you've participated in that.
Oh yeah.
It's great to have a race like that.
Yeah, the Bury Scurry is a fantastic race. It's a good course. I would rather run in cold than in hot. So I like the Bury Scurry. Of course, my mom's very involved with the Bury Scurry,
Yeah.
so we've been around that for a while. But it's a great day, yeah.
And I know seeing you at the half marathon as well, because I always get to introduce the people as they come across, as it comes up on the computer screen. I always use that as my excuse why I don't have to do it, because I have this responsibility.
Yeah.
But that's another great event for the area.
Yes, and the Bury Scurry is the big fundraising event for the Schrar Foundation and Clinton Community College. The half marathon is a big fundraising event for the YWCA, and then they have the Pam Pray Memorial Race that's in probably April.
Yes,
timeframe.
right around the Easter.
And so the three of those, if you do all three of those, you get like a bigger medal,
Yes.
and it's totally worth it. And I mean, you don't have to be a runner to do all those. You can walk them, and it's still a fun.
Exactly.
Still a fun event.
That Pam Pray event, it's always on the riverfront.
Yes.
And it seems like generally you're going to get a south wind on that day for whatever reason.
Yes.
And you participated last spring.
And was it raining?
Oh, it was terrible rain.
It was horrible.
Yes,
It was horrible.
yes.
Yeah. Rain is not bad in when you're running in June, but when you're running in April, rain's pretty rough. I did a half marathon in Indianapolis, and it had a light rain the entire time, so it wasn't annoying, but you were wet, the entire time. And then when we got to the post party, everything was just a mud pit. So when you're in your running shoes, you don't want to do that. You don't want to have those all muddy. So
we mentioned Ann Eisenman. I know you and Ann have been very important about the nonprofits.
Yeah, so in Clinton County, we like all of the nonprofits to be working together and collaborate. And I'm a big believer that rising tides lift all boats. And so a couple years ago, Ann and I and Matt Parbs started sitting down and looking at how we could just kind of help, organize everybody together. So we have summits throughout the year, working on the schedule for the summits right now, because I want to have all, sometimes we get those as we go along. I want to have all three of them planned so that everybody can get them on their calendar. But that would be like spring, summer, and fall. And then we have started every Wednesday morning at 8:45 a 15-minute checkpoint call. And it's on Zoom, and it's only 15 minutes, so we had one this morning. And everybody can kind of pop in and say what's going on, or if they were to have an issue with something, they can say hey, having this issue, looking for some help, and then we can kind of talk afterwards about that, and it's only 15 minutes.
How's the participation in that, and is it generally about the same people who participate?
So right now we've gotten it's been a good crowd. We get about the same group of people each. We have the same we have the same core group of people, and then we have other people that join in depending on the week. So we definitely want to continue growing that, because I think it's been very beneficial for everybody that's participated with it.
Again, visiting with Andy Green at the United Way. So what's happening with the United Way right now?
Yeah, brother, this is, as we're looking at 2025, and we have a lot on the horizon. We just started a new bookkeeper in-house, and her name is Tammy Nielsen. And Tammy's been great, so she's helping us get some stuff organized there. And now we're still plowing forward with our campaign. We're over halfway with our campaign. We're just at about 180,000. We're looking to raise 300,000. And so if I know that there's people out there that if you're sitting there with your packet and you're thinking, well, I need to get this back to Andy, this is your sign. Give me a call, or we'll get out there and get that kind of stuff. Yeah.
That's important, because has the money already been distributed to those different agencies that you help?
Not yet. So that gets decided in in April and May timeframe when we have presentations. So that's one of our next big events is our presentations. We did start giving out the funding for last year's campaign. That started on December 15th. Because agencies get 4 checks throughout the year with their allocations. But starting in February, we will have our application for funding go live. And then you have a month to fill out your application. So the due date's March 15th. And then in April and May, we'll have our review process. And so we have 3 weeks where agencies will come present for groups of community volunteers, and that is one of the best 3 weeks of the year is listening to the agencies and what they're doing out on the ground.
Your United Way is primarily for Clinton County, right?
It's all Clinton County.
Now,
yeah.
Does every county have a United Way, or how does that work?
So some counties do not. There's 99 counties in Iowa. I mean, I don't know the number off the top of my head, but I would probably say 60 to 65 or maybe 70 have a United Way. Some just have, strong community foundations but like, say you have like, the United Way up in Dubuque may serve like 3 or 4 counties in Iowa. So, but there's a pretty good core of United Ways all throughout the county.
Yeah, I would imagine
the state.
When you get up into northwest Iowa, it's not as heavily populated. I would imagine they do combine some counties together.
Yeah. Or like I used to live in Spencer, Iowa, and the Spencer United Way is a much smaller operation. It's more volunteer run. I think that their executive director is a half-time employee, but it's just kind of smaller operation.
That's up in northwest Iowa.
Oh yeah. And
it gets cold up there.
Very cold.
We were talking about cold.
Yeah.
I went to Iowa Central Community College in Fort Dodge.
Yes.
And the first winter I spent there in Fort Dodge, I go, why is it colder in Fort Dodge than it is in Clinton, Iowa? I couldn't understand that.
Well, and I moved to Spencer from Indianapolis, and Indianapolis is far enough south that the winters, and they've had a lot of snow in the last week or two, but the winters there weren't as bad, and then I moved to Spencer, and there was a lot of winter up there. So, but right around this time, they're getting ready for the winter games up in Okoboji, and that's a big event.
Have you gone to one of those?
Oh yeah, I ran the 5K at one of them.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You didn't take the plunge, did you, in the water?
No, I don't know how to swim, so I'm not getting any water.
There's firemen right there to save you. Come on, you can still jump in. It's for a good cause.
No, but I've gone up there, seen the kites. Cool thing they do is they, when everybody's Christmas trees get all dried out, they put them in the middle of this like square and they light them on fire.
That is. Yeah, I have seen that.
I've witnessed that.
I watch This Week in Okoboji on Mediacom, and it is amazing that's
that
a
area
huge
is fantastic.
fire. I used to do something like that on St. Patrick's Day. We used to I used to go around with my truck and pick up Christmas trees, and then on St. Patrick's Day, we would burn them. But we haven't done that for the last couple of years.
We should bring that back.
Yeah, that was a great tradition.
I think we should bring that back, brother. This would be great.
So if people would like to help with the United Way and find out more information, how can they best do that?
Yeah, you can email me. We have our website, clintonunitedway.org, or you can email me at director@clintonunitedway.org, and you can give us a call, 563-242-1209.
We will catch up with you again on February 19th. Thanks so much for your time.
Hey, thank you, brother.
Right now, the Dan Patrick Show.
Dan Patrick.
I didn't think he was going to keep his job because of Tom Brady coming in. Now, if they had the number 1 pick, then I thought for sure he's not going to keep his job. You want to come in, okay, let's start with a coach, and maybe we get a quarterback here. I thought they were going to go all in on Michael Penix last year. Now, they could have gotten Bo Nix, but they got Brock Bowers, who is going to finish runner-up and Rookie of the Year. He was great. But you got to find your quarterback. Now, imagine if you had your quarterback